Y'all, this is some heartbreaking news taking the internet by storm. Chrisean Rock's ex-boyfriend, Ronnie Doe, who had always alleged that he was the real father of Junior, got fatally shot, and this happened right in the middle of a paternity battle to confirm that Chrisean's baby was his and not Blueface's. There's definitely something shady going on here, so let's break everything down. The incident happened on February 3rd in Maryland, and authorities have confirmed that it is in fact a homicide. Police found Ronnie lying just outside of his home and immediately administered medical aid before transporting him to the University of Maryland Medical Center. Unfortunately, despite their efforts to save his life, he didn't make it. Now, although authorities have picked this incident up as a targeted attack and are doing all they can to find his hitman, the streets are talking and fingers are pointing. News of Ronnie's death spread so fast, especially after his uncle took to Facebook to share a heartbreaking tribute. He made an emotional post saying, "This feels like a nightmare. I've been crying up all night. I'm not supposed to bury you, nephew, you're supposed to bury me." His uncle hoped that Ronnie and the family would get justice for his untimely death. In continuation, he wrote, "It hurts so bad that your life was taken, but I know you are at peace now. I love you and will truly miss you. R.I.P." Now, like I said, the streets are talking and everyone's making references to Ronnie and Chrisean Rock's relationship and this alleged drama with the paternity test. The two had a whole thing going on while Chrisean was still messing around with Blueface. Back in October last year, Ronnie started saying that Chrisean Jr. was actually his son, not Blueface's, and he even filed a lawsuit over it. Ronnie went on to make this post. "My son and my baby mom. It's a shame how far people will go to control a lie.
I deserve to have that proven to me through what? A DNA test. If Junior is not my son, the DNA test will prove that. Right or wrong?"
When this happened, there were so many people who labeled him as a clout chaser. They said that he was allegedly starting up all that drama and controversy just to get in on Chrisean's fame, money, and network. That's not your son, you just want clout. However, Ronnie made it known to the streets and to everyone asking that he wasn't in it for the money or the fame. He just wanted closure with his child and wanted to take responsibility for his actions, especially because the DNA test allegedly revealed that he was not excluded as the biological father of the fetus. In other words, Junior could be his. He took to Instagram to say, "I deserve to have that proven to me through what? A DNA test." Adding that if the test shows he is the father, he wants the chance to be a stand-up man. He also claimed that Blueface was aware Chrisean had allegedly been between both men around the time she conceived. Now y'all should know that this ain't the first time the child's paternity has been questioned. Blueface, who's believed to be the father, has also expressed doubt in the past. Despite a DNA test on Blueface and Chrisean, crazy in love in 2023 seemingly confirming his paternity, Blueface later alleged that a secret test proved he was not the father. Tell me why? "I snuck a swab, this baby DNA test result came in. I am not the father. Scratched my head. It's a bittersweet feeling because I was coming around to it, but definitely in my best interest. Thank you, Jesus." But get this, things later completely switched up, and Ronnie got shot by Blueface and Chrisean, with Blueface taking full responsibility for the baby. One of Ronnie's actions was taking things up with Blueface's mother, Carissa. The two were on Instagram Live for a whole hour discussing the situation, and Carissa did sympathize with him, saying that he had a right to know if the baby was his or not.
We're on Instagram Live for a whole hour discussing the situation, and Carissa did sympathize with him, saying that he had a right to know if the baby was his or not.
Specifically wanted to talk to you because you are the mother of Blueface. You are the person that's being dealt the bad hand right now, as my mother once was. So I have somewhat sympathy for you and also for Junior. For me, it was honestly just a place of concern and, just some respect that I feel like you deserve as a mother, because my mother was going through a lot when I was dealing with Chrisean. As you know, I caught the body. We caught some other cases together, like God, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Just even the case that she has going on right now in Maryland, unfortunately, unfortunately, I know about that one. So long story short, what I'm trying to say is I wanted to speak with you to raise your awareness to the type of snake that you got around you and your son, because I don't really think that you are aware. I don't think that your son is aware, and I don't know, like, I'm not trying to come off like messy, but I'm really just trying to be here for Junior, and at the same time,
I think that's where I was offended too. Like, I get it, you have an attachment to him.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it just kind of came out of nowhere. So that's probably where I was like, okay, I don't think I could be unbiased with you, because it does make me feel a certain type of way, you know, because for a whole year, he's been my baby. I've been praying for him. I've been worried about him. I've been stressed about him. I've been going off on my son. So when you say that, it did kind of make me feel like we wasn't on the same, you know, and naturally we wouldn't be. If he turned out to be my son, you would feel some type of way. My grandson, and if he turned out to be yours, I would feel some type of way. So naturally, once we got to that line, I felt like I couldn't talk to you without having some type of, you know, bias towards you, and that's why I didn't do the interview.
Yeah,
because you kept referring to him, you know, as your son. You know what I'm saying? And I'm referring to him as my son. And I don't want to be rude to you and, you know, make you feel a certain type of way, because if that's really your intention, is to find out if he your son, you know, I've been there. I want you to have that.
Yeah, that's my only intention, honestly. It's overwhelming, you know, trying to address it. And I apologize for just if I'm not addressing it in the best manner, because you a mother at the end of the day. You are his potential.
I mean, yeah, you kind of came a little heavy on me, because I mean, but I get it though. You wanted to get your point across, and I wasn't giving you. You felt like, but that's why I let Tasha K know that you was looking for her. It wasn't like I didn't try to, you know, get you your clothes.
She concluded that Ronnie's persistence in finding out the paternity of the child could not have been all clout chasing, as the media assumed.
This is what we need to do, y'all. We need to give that man his test so he can be relieved, because he's starting to, at first I was like, maybe he doing it for clout, but then I was like, that's why I didn't interview him. I was like, maybe he doing this for clout. But then I thought about it. I said, he could just get clout off her, because he was there when she had the baby. He could just get the clout off her. Why go the extremes about the baby? Because he could just be running around being a clout. They have those too. He could just be like, you know, whenever she pop up, he could just put her on the internet. He could have been got clout off her, is what I'm saying. He could have been got clout off of her if supposedly he was with her at the times that she got pregnant. He could have been got clout. Real clout. He could have clout chased the whole way, and you know what I'm saying, been all the way up already. It's not making sense that all of a sudden he just want to get clout off the baby. So maybe he just really feels. And then he got a loving family like Blue got. So his family probably wants to know if they got a baby out there. And I wouldn't dare never, ever, ever let my son just be walking around and we got a baby out here and we ain't claiming it. I personally would go and get the baby myself and give him to my son. What you trying to do? We don't do that over here. So maybe he got the same kind of family as Blue got. I'm thinking his family putting the pressure on him. Because if he got a kid out here, ain't nobody's family finna just let their kid be roaming around. I don't know where y'all
cloud chasing or not, it's safe to say that Ronnie went all out to prove that baby was his. However, somewhere along the line, his enthusiasm must have tripped on some really important people's nerves. Let's take it back to when he literally pulled up on Chrisean while she was out grocery shopping at the mall post-Thanksgiving. Ronnie kept videotaping her so much that she felt uncomfortable and had to call the cops to come on out. But wait, it gets deeper. Ronnie started piecing stuff together and realized Chan's pops ain't just some random old head. This man's got power, he's a lawyer, a politician, and he's got pull in Baltimore. That's why every time Chrisean and her sister get into some mess, they walk away scot-free. No charges, nothing. It's giving get out of jail free card, and this is the same dude who's been covering for Chrisean her whole life. Now Ronnie, he was just trying to be in his son's life. but the forces against him were too strong. The dude was caught up in a real-life chess game, and he didn't even know he was moving all the pieces. And now, he's gone. When people started dragging Chrisean after Ronnie's death for not giving him the closure he was asking for before he died, Miss Girl posted a photo of a DNA test that she did get back in 2023. It confirmed that she was the mom and Blue was the father. She also sent her condolences to his family and asked people to reach out to the police or his family if they had any information on who could have possibly been behind his death. But child, people are still on her neck because the report she posted was allegedly a fake one. As I said, the streets are talking and fingers are pointing, especially at Chan. One user posted, "So Chan's DNA test with Ronnie was due this week, and all of a sudden he's dead? Not a car accident, not an accidental OD, no. He got shot in front of his crib. I don't know, it looks Seuss. RIP. I hope his family can find closure and heal. Chrisean Rock." More people keep coming out blaming Chrisean for the whole mess, saying, "Yeah, Chrisean had something to do with that man's death. Ronnie actively wanted to be a father to her son, and now he's mysteriously dead." Y'all, this story is deep, and I've got a feeling we ain't heard the last of it. So y'all stay woke. In the meantime, let me know your thoughts in the comments and don't leave until you hit that like and subscribe button because there's a lot more coming down the pipeline. Blueface is back on his usual BS again, and he just paid his own father and a bunch of goons to jump Chrisean and kick her out of his house after she posted a video kissing her new boo, Titan Newton. She and Blueface literally just got married in jail, and now they're out here doing this to themselves and dragging their innocent son into this BS as well. That boy literally had no chance, even before he was born. Apparently, Blue was all the way pissed off when he saw Chrisean and Titan getting all steamy on social media, and his first thought was to get his deadbeat father to go over to his house and throw Chrisean and Junior out. People were actually not surprised to see Chrisean cheating on Blue because not too long ago, she was going off on him for still being insecure and making her life a living hell, even after she agreed to marry him while he's in jail. In fact, after Blueface and his bald-headed dad jumped and threw her out, Chrisean said she was actually relieved that they did that. However, Blue has been sending her threats, and she's now scared that he might make his people unlive her and Junior. This entire mess started when Chrisean jumped on IG Live just a few days ago and spilled the tea about how Blue and his messy mom, Carissa, had been attacking her and Junior, unprovoked. She said Carissa had been calling the boy the R-word because of his cognitive issues, and Blue had also been reposting videos of people dragging the boy and making fun of his health issues. Chrisean claims she forgave Blue the first time he posted Junior's private parts on Twitter because she genuinely thought he was sorry. However, she can now see that he actually hates the boy and does things like this intentionally to humiliate him. She also said she broke up with Blue and that she is already working on officially divorcing him, since she was dumb enough to marry him in the first place. Chrisean even claimed that she married him out of fear, but she's finally putting her foot down and moving on with her life. This was also around the same time people were dragging her for filth after a video went viral of Junior looking visibly autistic, so the lack of support from Blue and Carissa hit her really hard and she decided to finally end things with him for good. Blue didn't respond to this, but Carissa definitely did, and she went off on Chrisean. She denied ever calling Junior the R-word and also defended Blue posting the little boy's private parts, because according to her, Chrisean was ignoring his hernia surgery, and that was the only way they could get her to do the right thing. She said, "He posted a hernia that was neglected. Take me out the chat, I'm on my son's side, mama. We ain't allowed to fraternize. I never called her baby Rhett. This is a vindictive spirit. I'm going to pray for you because I now see you don't even realize that you're telling the world you don't want my baby to have a relationship with me. And it's so bad that if he does, you cry into America." A lot of people thought Chrisean was just in her feelings and that she was going to go back to him once they talked over the phone. But she was actually standing on business and posted a video of her and her new boo, Titan Newton, kissing all up on each other. She even posted a second video that looked like she was just waking up after Titan put her through the mattress. Carissa also decided to be messy by posting a video of her celebrating Crotch's new relationship with Titan. She was basically throwing it in her face that she didn't care about her leaving Blue. I mean, this is probably what Carissa has been praying for, so it wasn't surprising to see her doing this. In fact, she even dropped Jaden into the video to celebrate with her and also said she was still holding up hope that Blue will end up with Megan Thee Stallion. Blueface, on the other hand, wasn't celebrating anything, and he put his petty boots on by telling his bald-headed deadbeat father to go to his house and throw Chrisean out. And guess what? Not only did his father excitedly do this, but he also made a video of